It was supposed to be a peaceful Saturday. My wife Rachel had just come back from the farmer's market with fresh fruit and flowers. As she parked in our driveway, she noticed two uniformed men walking toward her from the sidewalk. Not city police, not sheriff's deputies, but HOA security enforcement. They wore navy tactical vests with fake-looking badges, radios strapped to their shoulders, and behind them trotted a large German shepherd, clearly agitated. Rachel calmly said, "Can I help you?" One of them, a guy named Barrett, barked back. "You're trespassing on HOA common property. This driveway is registered as a shared use access zone. You're not allowed to park here." Let's get something clear. We don't belong to the HOA. Never did. Our home was grandfathered in before the Ridge Hollow HOA even existed. Our driveway touches the edge of their manicured sidewalk, but the land is 100% deeded to us. We'd fought them off before when they tried to issue violation notices, and we'd won every time. This was pure intimidation. Rachel tried to de-escalate. "This is our property. We've been through this before." Then one of them gave a hand signal, and the dog lunged. She screamed. The K-9 snapped at her leg, barely restrained. It scratched her thigh before she dove behind the open car door, slamming it shut. The so-called officers shouted threats like, "You better back down. We can detain you until HOA legal arrives." Detain her on our own property, using a dog? I wasn't home at the time, but Rachel called me crying from inside the car. I told her to stay there. 10 minutes later, she was surrounded by 3 more HOA enforcement trucks, all private security with no official authority. They had orange lights flashing and fake citations already written. Here's what they didn't know. My father is Chief Harold Delaney, head of our city's police department for 17 years. So I made 2 calls, to Dad, to our civil rights attorney. Dad was at our property in under 10 minutes, and he did not come quietly. He pulled up, lights flashing, full blues and sirens, in an actual patrol car. He stepped out and said calmly but firmly, "Every one of you is to step away from the woman and drop any enforcement tools now. You are impersonating peace officers. I suggest you comply." Barrett tried to flash a badge. Dad walked right up, took it from him, turned it over and said, "This is plastic." Then he radioed for backup. Not security, but real cops. Within 15 minutes, every single HOA security officer on site, 5 men and 2 K-9 units, was detained, disarmed, and identified. The legal fallout came fast and hard. Turns out the Ridge Hollow HOA had been contracting with a private firm called Sentinel Shield Enforcement, using them to enforce rules beyond their legal authority. They issued citations, ran unlicensed checkpoints, and even performed detainments on non-members. The worst part? They were knowingly using military-style K-9s without certification, one of which had previously bitten a teenager, a report that mysteriously vanished. But not this time. Dad personally filed charges against Sentinel Shield's owner for impersonating law enforcement, assault with a dangerous animal, criminal trespass, unlawful detainment. Rachel was bruised but not broken. She needed stitches for the dog scratch and was shaken up, but okay. We filed a civil suit immediately. Within 2 months, Sentinel Shield was shut down permanently. The Ridge Hollow HOA board was suspended by the state's homeowner regulation authority. Rachel won a $285,000 settlement for damages, trauma, and trespass. We donated part of the money to a local K-9 training rehab group, and the rest went into a home renovation, including security cameras, reinforced gates, and an engraved sign at the end of our driveway. Private property. We don't play HOA games. Moral of the story: if you send fake cops and attack dogs to harass a peaceful woman on her own land, you'd better pray her father isn't the actual chief of police. And in this case, he was.